Welcome back to the Capital G Podcast, your weekly news gaming roundup with our other host,
Jae.
and I'm Jared, and we're here to bring you the news. First off, well, let's give you the rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. Today we got Battlefield 6 is finally revealed,
We got Nintendo Switch 2 is the fastest selling console in the United States.
and Microsoft backtracks on $80 games.
Forza Horizon 5 is PlayStation 5's best selling game of the year so far.
Metroid Prime 4 is unfinished, according to a prominent leaker, but we'll get into that.
Hollow Knight Silksong demo will be playable at Gamescom.
And then we'll end it with a big lawsuit between Sony and Tencent. That's a huge one. But let's
Juicer.
jump. It is a juicer. Let's jump right into the Battlefield 6 stuff. So Battlefield 6 was revealed last Thursday, July 24th, and it was mainly a campaign thing. They showed off a cinematic trailer for the campaign. The devs also later on talked about how the movie that came out recently, Civil War, served as a huge inspiration for the campaign and the narrative. They showed off some big cities from across the country, like New York City. Seems to be one of the big ones that caught people's attention. They also gave some more story details where this organization called Pax Armada serves as the main and antagonist of the game. They are a private military company, and it's going to be Pax Armada versus NATO. And I believe you play on the side of NATO. Another thing they showed in the trailer that got me super hype was the iconic Battlefield theme song is back, and it was so good. Brought me back to definitely the golden age of Battlefield. I don't know. What did you think of the trailer right off rip?
I thought it was cool. I heard some people were not very impressed by the graphics. I thought they looked very good. I was just thinking about how this is not going to run on my computer at all.
Well, the minimum specs allegedly leaked, so it doesn't
What were
seem
the
too
minimum
bad.
specs?
I can't think of the minimum off rip, but the recommended was a 3060 Ti for GPU.
3060. Yeah, I don't got that.
You don't got that, but who knows? It might run okay, but look not very good. But I agree. I thought the graphics looked insane. I thought it looked really, really good for.
But it is a cinematic, so it's like the graphics better looking.
Right. But we're also here to break down what we know so far leading up to launch. Right now, we know it's set in the modern day. Oh, this also got leaked, but leaks suggest that an October 10th release date is on the way, so we'll see about that. There is a multiplayer reveal event happening July 31st, which is when this episode goes live, so we'll probably be talking about it next week. They did confirm that there will be a multiplayer open beta, and they also confirmed that players will be able to pick between a playlist of class-locked weapons or an open weapons playlist, like how the Battlefield Labs people got to try that. And I think this upcoming event, the other content creators and journalists are going to be able to play through those playlists as well. So another thing, this isn't confirmed, but based on talks that people have had with developers, it doesn't seem like the game is going to come to Xbox One or PS4. I think those consoles are finally being left behind when it comes to this marketplace, or this shooter genre. They also didn't show off any battle royale that is allegedly supposed to be coming, but it's not a shocker that they didn't show it. This is the first reveal. But the battle royale modes,
How do we know it wasn't shown? There were some bits where they're riding, there's parachuting and there's wingsuits and stuff. I was like, this could be in a battle royale.
It could, but I think that's also just in there was wingsuits in Battlefield 2042 with I think one of the operators had a wingsuit, and then parachuting is also nothing too new to the multiplayer Battlefield. But
I see.
yeah.
But
a battle royale mode is rumored to be coming, developed by the studio Ripple Effect, which is a studio owned by Vince Zampella, which everyone should kind of be familiar with him for Respawn, where they make Titanfall and Apex Legends. It's allegedly going to be free to play, which fans have been asking for.
The Battle Royale.
The Battle Royale, yes. Which fans have been asking for a long time, ever since they had their original Battle Royale with Firestorm in Battlefield 5. And then, according to Insider Gaming, a trusted data miner has leaked the entire Battle Royale map and posted a recreation of the map online. And the info that was given out was that the map is called Linden Beach. It includes 9 main points of interest and 27 smaller ones, and even a potential metro system. And if that's the case, I bet you they would probably base it off of Operation Metro from Battlefield 3, which would be kind of cool. But the battle
But
royale mode probably won't release until months after the actual game comes out, and Insider Gaming reports that it'll come out in the early months of 2026.
interesting. That's an interesting release
Yeah, but the same thing happened with
strategy.
Warzone. So for Call of
Yeah.
Duty. But yeah, I want to say for the last bit of Battlefield stuff, I want to pull this quote from Vince Zampella, where he said, "If you look back to the peak or the pinnacle of Battlefield, it's that Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 era where everything was modern, and I think we have to get back to the core of what Battlefield is and do that amazing well, and then we'll see where it goes from there." That gets me so hype because they know where they do know where they peaked. Like they know where fans have such a huge love for the series, and they want to kind of manifest that energy again and try and put out a banger that kind of stands with Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and even Battlefield 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, it seems like they're not taking any risk with this one. Not necessarily not taking any risk, but they're doing what people want. They're making the game that the fans are all requesting because they're trying to make one that blows it out of the water.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about this previously, but it seems like they've been like EA has just been trying to make sure that this is the best Battlefield that they have ever made. And I know the conversation was definitely grim. I shouldn't say grim, but it was people were working their tushies off.
Yeah, it's a huge project. There's a lot behind it, and there's a lot of nerves.
Yeah, which we do have written here that so the main multiplayer is being made by DICE, the studio that's all Battlefield, the creators of Battlefield, and then the studio Motive, who is responsible for Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new one. They're making the campaign. Criterion, who's responsible for Need for Speed and Burnout, are making quote content and experiences, which leads me to believe game modes and events that they're gonna have.
Yeah, probably like seasonal stuff.
Yeah, and then Ripple Effect, which we've talked about already, they are quote making a new Battlefield experience, which that's kind of where we have the leaked battle royale happening. So, yeah,
The reveal was exciting. Yeah, we'll have to see what actual gameplay is like.
I thought
it
went
talking
hard.
Cinematics, but
I honestly I thought that opening 2 minutes of just everyone in the presidential boardroom, just all these interviewers talking, whispering among themselves with the out of focus camera. I thought it was so sick. It was such a good lead up, and then when the trailer actually started, and we saw all the soldiers running, and the president was still talking, I just thought it was so hype. I'm ready. I'm so ready.
yeah, it was definitely giving action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a summer blockbuster, and some of the shots were really cool, like how it's set. A lot of it was set in New York City. I think that's a unique setting for a big scale first person shooter.
Which we haven't really seen much of that in Battlefield titles, where it's in a city like that. So I'm really hyped. Other than there's a Shanghai map in Battlefield 4, which was really cool. But I don't know if we've seen an American city like that. I think maybe there's an LA map. I don't know for sure though. I guess Battlefield Hardline takes place all in America, but I don't know. I think a lot of people forget or want to forget about that game.
Yeah, the New York just looked so good. It looked very high detailed, beautifully rendered. We'll see if the actual gameplay looks as good as the reveal did, because the reveal just looked like a movie. So
yeah, and we'll see the multiplayer on the 31st. So that should definitely give us more information on what the game is really going to play out like.
Well, that should be exciting. We'll be talking about that again next week with more details after that official multiplayer has been out.
Yes!
People have seen it. Next, we're talking about Nintendo Switch 2 again. Always about Switch 2.
Always. It'll stay
Can't go
relevant
week
for a
without talking
while.
about Nintendo. So we got some data reported on by Circanian. I already forgot how to pronounce it. We
Circana?
Circana. One of these, huge companies that gathers all this data.
Mm-hmm.
The information that was revealed in all the headlines was that Nintendo Switch 2 is now the fastest selling console in the US, and the exact number was 1.6 million units sold in the US during its launch month.
Mm-hmm.
And to get you some frame of reference, the second place was the PlayStation 4 with 500,000 units.
Oh, well, it outsold the PS4 by over by.
It outsold it by 500,000 units.
Yeah,
because
so
it sold 1.1 million.
Yeah.
Its launch in November 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So it beat it by 500K.
And I pulled this stat because I thought it was interesting too. But 82% of users who bought a Switch 2 in the month of June also bought Mario Kart World, and that includes the bundle that came with Mario Kart World.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like everyone I knew who got it got the bundle.
Mm-hmm.
because you're saving like because it made the game $50 instead of $80.
Right.
So you're just like saving $30 and there's no reason not to get it. And all the allocations, there was more for the Mario Kart world, like all the GameStops and stuff. So I feel like you're definitely getting the bundle unless for some reason you couldn't get the bundle and you settled for the other one.
Yeah. When I was looking at that 82%, I was like, why isn't this at... My brain was like, why isn't this at 100? But then I remember that, they had the Switch 2 editions of, like, Breath of the Wild, and Cyberpunk was a launch title for it as well. So I think a lot of people wanted to sink their teeth in that instead first before getting into Mario Kart.
Yeah, maybe some people thought it'd be easier to get it day one rather than having to wait and having to worry about it. Because you can still play all your old Switch 1 games, so
yeah,
maybe you do a trade-in or something, and then you're not a big fan of Mario Kart. It's like, yeah, I'll just get the cheaper one.
Oh, by the way, I might be getting a Switch 2 sooner than we think. Because my Switch 1 won't turn on.
What?
I tried charging it like through like just a regular cable. I tried charging it on the dock, and nothing. I don't know what's going on.
We're not gonna be able to transfer any of your data over.
Oh my god, are you for real?
Well, do you have Nintendo Switch Online?
Yeah.
You'll have your save data in the cloud for the games that support it, but the games that don't support it, like Pokemon or Animal Crossing, you won't be able to transfer over.
So you're telling me I'm cooked?
Slightly cooked, yeah.
We'll see if I can get it to turn on. Because
there's some games like Pokemon where they're like they don't allow cloud backups because they're afraid they're going to get manipulated and hacked in some way. So
all right, well now I'm a little more nervous. I'll have to look into that.
Yes, well hopefully it turns on. I would look into that because it's rough.
Yeah.
But next, what we got some more Microsoft stuff.
More Microsoft because it's always actually we got the big three in the doc today. So but we got Microsoft backtrack. They're backtracking on $80 games when it comes to these like next gen games coming out, and that includes Outer Worlds 2, which is where all of this kind of started, where Xbox announced that the game was going to be $80, and fans hated that. Like it was just pure outrage at this $80 price tag. So the Outer Worlds 2 or the Obsidian via their Outer Worlds X account with like this really cringe looking graphic too, where it was just like the Xbox logo and they scribbled out where it said 80 and then scribbled where it said 70. So now the game's $70, and people who pre-order the game are going to receive refunds to cover the difference.
The Outer Worlds 2 seems like a weird first game to do $80.
It kind of seems like a game that makes sense for them to do it because it's like their big huge game after Starfield, but
I don't know. It doesn't have that same level of IP and prestige as a Mario Kart.
Right.
So it's hard to demand that $80. It's like, especially after all the Microsoft drama, you're like, I don't know, the Outer Worlds, that's a good game. I played a little bit of it, but in the Outer Worlds 2, it's just like, it's a bit niche. It's not like Fallout 5.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So that's an interesting move. I can definitely see why they backtracked on that.
Yeah, it's interesting though that they tried it with the Outer Worlds 2, and now they're like not gonna do it at all. So does that mean in the future when like when the Elder Scrolls 6 eventually comes out and Fallout 5 eventually comes out, are they gonna stick with the $70 like they're saying, or are they gonna try the 80 with those games?
I'm sure the next big game they'll try 80 again.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I guess now thinking about it more, it was bold to do it with this game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the right fit. They need a Forza 6 or something huge where they can be like, yep, it's $80 because we know you're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
but also it's interesting because they have that game. Most of these games are on Game Pass anyway, so I feel like.
Well, this is going to be a day one Game Pass title.
Yeah. So.
But I guess it goes
different
to
of a proposition.
It kind of goes to show how many people still aren't on Game Pass, which I'm assuming most of the outrage was coming from PC players. Which I
think most of the outrage is from people who are never going to buy the game.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, you might. Yeah,
be right. The outrage is not like the amount of people who are buying Outer Worlds 2. Like if they're really excited, you're probably going to pay $80 because you really love this game and you really love the developers.
I don't know.
If you're really outraged, you're probably more afraid of it setting a precedent more than the actual cost of the game itself.
I think there are people on that side that are like, we can't have $80 games like this, because people were doing the same thing for Mario Kart World. But I think a lot of the outrage was coming from people who want to play it. Because I don't know. I could see it going both ways.
I think if you're really outraged, you just get Game Pass. But I think it's better to be more outraged about this being a precedent and then everyone getting on the same boat where, every game is $80.
Right.
Because Game Pass usually have the alternative. Where like you pay, I don't know, $12 and you get to play it for a month.
Yeah. But on console, it's a different experience. I think PC Game Pass is $10 or $12. On console, it's $20. Just for the Ultimate, I should say. But
yeah.
I
still
think
cheaper than 80.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, so that's good. I guess that's a small bit of good news for Microsoft. I don't know if it'll last though. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe it shows that bullying works. I'm kidding.
Maybe
we don't condone bullying here.
We have to see if it holds. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna hold.
I think you're right, especially when their big heaters from Bethesda come out.
Yeah, definitely. When they got something big to put up, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's $80. Oh, what? Elder Scrolls 6, $100.
Yeah,
because why not?
Why not? Well, and people will eat that up. That's true. It's true.
Their strategy could be just make the price ridiculously high so you feel obligated to get Game Pass, and then you just forget to unsubscribe and you pay more than you would if you just bought the game.
I feel like that's maybe a little too cynical or like too deep.
I think really the idea is not that they forget about the subscription. It's more that they get so used to having the subscription that it becomes part of like, oh, never mind, I see the real value in this. Because once you get in the door, you're like, I need to keep this.
Yeah. I mean, I can't deny that it is a good deal. Like, you're getting a lot of games for just a $20 subscription fee,
Yeah, it just doesn't fit into my playstyle because you get decision paralysis. Decision paralysis.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You just look at all those games and you're like, I don't know what to play.
As someone with a growing Steam library, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, instead on Steam you just get like for the same cost of a month you can get like 5 games that are on sale.
Right.
Well, that's enough talking about that. Let's move on to another Microsoft W. We got Forza Horizon 5. It's the best-selling game on PlayStation 5 for this year, 2025. It has sold over that's 3 million copies on PlayStation 5, making the console's highest-selling game of the year, according to I don't know how to pronounce any of these things.
I think it's Alinea Analytics.
I've heard someone else pronounce it, and it's not pronounced that way. It's so close.
It's not?
So close, though.
Alinea?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know. According to some analytics place. The game released on PlayStation 5 April 29th, 2025, and has outsold Astrobot, Monster Hunter Wild, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Elden Ring Nightring, Clair Obscura 33, and Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So this game it's popping off.
It is popping off. It kind of shocked me how many people bought this as fast as they did.
It's the game for everyone.
It really is. Like I don't think there's a single person like I think the number one game that I could play with anybody on Xbox was Forza Horizon 5. Or well, I should say I mainly got into like Forza Horizon 3 and Forza Horizon 4, but the Forza Horizon franchise is just it's easy to get so many people in the door.
Yep. Everyone likes racing. Everyone can comprehend driving a car, You do it every day.
And it's a perfect mix between like arcadey and simulation, which I think it leans a little more simulation, but
it's good. It has like the primo graphics, like wow, look at this, look how beautiful it all is, and then it has the addictive, fun, looping gameplay where you get like gambling wheels and do these races and customize your car.
The wheel spins were so addicting. I mean, especially when you log in and you just get like a banger
25
car.
Wheel spins.
Or yeah, when you I think because they have like a VIP club or whatever where you get like a certain number of wheel spins or something. But like I remember like Forza Horizon 3. I think when I first started, I was maybe like I had like just started the game, got like a super cracked wheel spin, and just used that car for any race that I could.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's addictive.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite Horizon game, but on PlayStation 5, there's nothing that kind of scratches that same itch,
Yeah, I think Horizon 5 was the one I played the least, but it's and that's not to say Horizon 5 is a bad game. It's really not, but yeah, it weirdly like doesn't surprise me, but more so surprises me that it blew up as much as it did. Now I'm curious as to how many players Helldivers 2 will get on Xbox, because Xbox fans were begging for that game.
I don't know about 3 million.
I don't know. I don't think 3 million either, but I could see it still being a pretty high number.
Like 3 million's only in 6 months also, so.
Let me look up when Helldivers.
Yeah, that's 3 million in 6 months.
Helldivers 2 Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know when that's
date.
coming. It It's a less casual game definitely than Horizon 5, so I think that limits the demographic a bit more.
According to Xbox's website, August 26th, 2025 is when Helldivers 2 is launching on Xbox.
And it's a mature game, right? So
yeah,
that limits it more. Horizon 5, you're going to your nephew's birthday party, get him Horizon 5, you know?
Yeah. If you know, he isn't already playing it, you know?
Yeah, that's the issue. If he isn't already playing it, because it's a game everyone can love.
Right, exactly.
What's coming up next? Next, we got a game that's not out yet. We got Metroid Prime 4. We got Kiwi Talks leaking some information, talking about it a bit on X.
Mm-hmm.
And he states that Metroid
stirring
Prime 4
some
is...
stuff up, really.
He's stirring it up the pot and saying that Metroid Prime 4, which does have a release date of 2025, is unfinished. And that is the reason given to why we don't have a specific release date. Every time there's a Nintendo thing, I'm like, oh, they got to show the release date for Metroid. And they never do.
They never do.
Let's see. If you get the X post, he said, I know Metroid fans are getting impatient, but the reason there is no release date is because the game isn't finished. If after the next direct, there's no specific date, I will elaborate on what's going on to ease people's fears. Be patient a little longer. It's coming. So he's kind of like egging people on. He's like, I have more information, but I'm not going to share it with you. But if they don't give more information, I'll give more information.
Yeah. It feels like it feels like he's holding on to something, even though we kind of know he's not. But
he could know why. I guess he could have a more specific reason on why, rather than it's unfinished.
Yeah, but we got his. He gave further context. Like he tweeted out later because a lot of people were picking this up and talking about it, like on Reddit, X, on through various game journalist media outlets and stuff. And he stated that he doesn't want people drama farming his original posts about the game being unfinished. And he also goes on to state that there is no reason to panic or worry about the game being delayed. And here's a quote from one of his X posts. It's not in development hell. It's not Prime 1 development all over again. It's not incompetence at Retro. It's none of that. Retro being the studio that's making Metroid Prime 4. But he does continue on by saying that the game is, quote, nearly done, but believes that a September release date is unlikely. And I think he also went on to say that November, December is more likely.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what Nintendo's calendar is looking like. They're kind of light towards the end of the year.
Yeah. I kind of thought this whole post was funny in general because he posted like this big thing kind of out of the blue about Metroid Prime 4 being like, the game's unfinished, but if they don't talk about it in the next direct, I'll give more info as to why there's no release date yet. And then, of course, everyone was like, oh, God, like, is he going to talk about how the game's going to get delayed? Is there something wrong with the game? Is it just going to keep getting pushed back? And we're not going to know anything about it for a long time again? And then he goes on to make that post where he's like, hey, all you media people out there and everyone on the internet, stop freaking out and stop using me for clicks. And it's like, you started it. You kind of brought this on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I just thought that post was funny.
Has been in development hell previously. Then they had to basically reboot the whole thing with a new team, I believe was the rumors going around because it was announced so long ago. For
Prime 4?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because this game was announced a crazy long time ago. Let me see if I can find the information if you want to vamp a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope he doesn't have some information that's like, making it seem like the game is going to get delayed, but it does seem like he's... I don't know. I just don't know why he would post that kind of out of the blue. Like if there was like more speculation around the release date or like people were actually getting anxious, which I guess people were, but I don't know how many people were really like it wasn't really in the news, the gaming news zeitgeist. And then he just kind of made more people anxious.
Yeah, all the news I've seen recently about Metroid Prime 4 was that there was a thing in London where there was a billboard posted that said available now for some reason.
Yeah, there was that.
Just like put up the wrong billboard, and then there's been like ESRB ratings in a few countries. I think Korea was one of them.
Yeah,
but a lot of these countries you can get those done early. I think I saw someone saying that if you see it rated in Germany or something, that means Germany only accepts games that are fully complete.
Oh, okay.
So that would give us more indication. But yeah, it's only been in countries that you can submit an unfinished game and have them rated early.
Mm-hmm. Didn't the billboard thing kind of happen like about a month ago though? So it's a bit older, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
Yeah.
But I got people excited, like, oh, it's coming out sooner than we think, because there must have been some scheduling issue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game was in development hell. I kind of doubt it still is because we're so close to the release. I'm sure once they figured out, like, because I think Retro took it over once they had like basically redo it all because it was announced in 2017.
Oh,
so it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely been some time. But from what they've been showing us at the with the gameplay trailer and the Switch 2 edition trailer, and even at Treehouse where they showed off some gameplay, it looked really clean.
It looked good, but we only saw like the same section over and over.
Right, so it could just be like a part of the game that they really cleaned up, and they still got some more work to do.
I'm sure even if it does get delayed, it won't get delayed far into 2026.
Right, I still think 2025 is possible. Especially, I mean, if Kiwi Talks is thinking November, December, then yeah, that seems likely. I think that seems likely.
Yeah, and then I think I saw another rumor somewhere that Retro is supposed to jump right into Prime 5 after.
Whoa, really?
They want to have them keep the momentum up and make more Prime games. I don't know how substantiated that was, but that'd be cool if they could keep the momentum going and keep making these games. Or at least what I would like personally is that for them to go back and give the same level of polish that they did to Prime 4 remake on the Switch to the other two, and have those on Switch 2 with the because they're doing like the two modes, the performance and the high graphics mode, and then they got the mouse controls. I would like that for the whole franchise. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Because I have not played any of these Prime games. I played Prime 1 a little bit on Dolphin because I was emulating it with like keyboard and mouse controls. Someone made a mod.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it for a little bit, and it was cool, but I didn't get that far into it because I think some other games must have distracted me. But if they just have that all natively on Switch 2 with mouse controls, I would just play it that way and use like their new graphics and stuff. Because they did a really nice job with Prime 1, so that would be cool.
Yeah, I heard really good things about the Prime 1 remaster. I never played it, but I heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I just need those mouse controls. I can't do... The gyro helps a little bit, but I can't do the stick aiming.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I think I'm kind of a hybrid gamer when it comes to FPSs. Like I can do. Well, I grew up playing with on controllers, but now I'm kind of doing the switch still to mouse and keyboard. But I think I'm pretty good at both.
Yeah. So that's that. Moving on to the next topic, we got Hollow Knight, everyone's favorite Hollow Knight Silksong. When anytime there's an announcement on any Xbox thing, they're like, "Oh, there's gonna be Hollow Knight." Oh, I want there to be Hollow Knight.
Not even any Xbox thing, any gaming thing ever. Like it could be the Pokemon Presents that just happened, and people will be like, "Where's Silksong?"
It is the most wishlisted game on Steam, right?
Is it still? I mean, I guess it wouldn't surprise me if it still is.
Inzoi took over that.
Or is there a GTA 6 page? Because maybe that might.
I don't think there is a GTA 6 page.
I mean, I'm sure it's still at least in the top 5.
Yes, it's number 1, and then Subnautica is 2, and then Deadlock is 3.
Oh.
Yeah, that's interesting. People are hyped to play this, and people will be able to get their hands on it for the first time at Gamescom from August 20th to the 24th.
Yes.
We'll play a demo of it. So if you find yourself out there in Cologne, Germany, as you do, yeah. Or if you want to book your flight right now because you need to play that Silksong, run, do not walk.
But if you can't do that, it looks like the page that we pulled the info from, you will be able to watch a live stream and get like a little sneak peek of the demo between August 20th and 21st.
That's nice. They're giving something for the people who can't make it all the way to Cologne.
Yeah. I also found this interesting, but they said there will be a PC version playable and an ROG Xbox Ally version playable.
It's ROG Xbox. That's the worst name ever. I thought it was ROG Ally X. I don't know. The name's awful. But that makes sense that you're going to be able to get some hands on for both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get people hyped for the Xbox Ally.
And it seems like they've been hyping the ROG Xbox Ally version up quite a bit. Because they even said that it was going to be a launch title for the ROG Xbox Ally. But some fans were getting nervous that means that Silksong was going to get delayed until the handheld comes out. But I think Team Cherry, the people making the game, said that that's not going to happen. It'll come out before the Xbox handheld.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense to sort of market those two things together because the ROG Xbox Ally is
Oh, and you can't forget about the ROG Xbox Ally X.
Yes, the Asus ROG Ally Xbox X. It makes sense to highlight Silksong because it's one of these indie 2D games, so it won't completely destroy your battery life like playing, other AAA 3D games will.
Yeah.
Makes sense for some on-the-go fun. Is there anything else you had to say about Silksong? Are you excited for Silksong?
I haven't even played the original Hollow Knight, but after seeing all this hype and hearing so many people talk, like praise it as high as they do, I think I want to give it a go. I feel like I have to.
The first one or the second one?
The first one, the original Hollow Knight, because it
Yeah,
does
I've
look
played it a
really
bit.
good.
When I had a Game Pass subscription. I'll
Mhm.
get a Game Pass subscription every few months just to play some Xbox games I haven't played, and I'm just not, I don't know, the combat and I'm not a big Metroidvania person.
I get that.
The graphics are cute though. I see how people fall in love with the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best like stylized Metroidvanias out there, and I can understand why people. I can see the appeal. I mean, it's like it's got that difficulty and platforming that a lot of people come to love from the genre. So, and it's still up there as like top in the top 5 best Metroidvanias of all time. So
Moving on to our final story, we got a big old juicer.
this
Sony
is a big one.
is suing Tencent over an alleged carbon copy of the Horizon series. You want to get started into this?
Yeah, this one's crazy. So Sony's suing Tencent over their game, Tencent's new game, Light of Motoram, which Sony claims is a quote Slavish clone of their Horizon series. Light of Motoram was first shown off in November of 2024, and it's developed by Polaris Quest, a Tencent subsidiary. And the game was going to be, well, I guess not was. It still could come out, I suppose, but it's an open world survival crafting game with Souls-like combat, and there seems to be creature collecting. Like you tame these mechanical creatures that they call Mechanimals.
Pretty hype.
It's giving Power World. It kind of, like the gameplay that we saw, the gameplay overview we saw looked like Power World,
Yeah, it just looks like Power World.
but in the Horizon universe.
Yeah, so Tencent was, here's some tea for you. They were wanting to license the Horizon IP from Sony, but they denied it, of course, because why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Sony reached out to Tencent to figure out the issue between the two games. And then Tencent then asked again to license Horizon, but Sony denied again.
Yeah, so they asked him twice, and both got denied both times.
The game is already being criticized in the media for looking almost exactly like a game from the Horizon series. If you look at like any of the reveal trailers, even like all the old original comments are still like, this just looks like someone copied Horizon.
Mm-hmm. And
basically
even
copied
in their
every other game.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking a lot of notes from a lot of different games. On the media is kind of criticizing them for looking like Horizon. In Sony's lawsuit, in their complaint, they pull an article from Kotaku that is basically calling out the game for looking exactly like Horizon.
Yeah, it is crazy because I don't know, I must have missed the reveal for this game. Then we pulled it up after seeing all the articles. I saw the key graphic of the title, and I was like, oh my god, that just looks exactly the same.
Bar for bar.
I do think there are some, like when you watch the actual gameplay, it doesn't remind me of Horizon gameplay. It definitely looks like Power World if you put a Horizon skin on it.
Yeah. I don't know how much I can talk about like differences in gameplay though, because I haven't even played the Horizon series, but all the art currently it looks very similar.
Yeah, it's weird. I have on screen, if you're watching the video version, we have the main characters that they show off, and they have like the exact same sort of future tribal kind of thing going on with the red hair also.
Yeah.
It is exactly bar for bar.
And then we can also put on screen the creatures, because in their lawsuit they show like 4 creatures side by side, like 4 from the Horizon series and 4 from Light of Motoram, and some of them are, I mean, almost all of them look extremely similar just off of first look.
Yeah, there are some differences. Like, I don't know, the Light of Motoram ones, they look more Transformers kind of evil. They're like more detailed and have like gray bits on them. And the Horizon series is more like sleek with like white chunks of plastic on them and like these big orange highlights. I don't know, it's hard. Like, I don't know. I don't know how well this holds up in court, but they're both just like sci-fi creatures, you know?
Yeah. But Sony also mentions in their complaint that gameplay is a factor that they're copying here, which I think it was mainly for a mechanic that's in Horizon, where you get to tame the creatures, and I guess we kind of got like a a Power World versus Pokemon thing going on here, where Nintendo sued Power World because the catching mechanic was too similar to Pokemon. So I wonder if that's kind of the same thing, where this taming mechanic is very similar to how you do it in the Horizon series.
Yeah, I don't know, because Nintendo has a patent over that kind of stuff, so I
Yeah.
don't know what Sony's got. They definitely do have a case here, though, just based off the aesthetics alone. Like, this is
Absolutely.
it is kind of crazy. I just don't know how well aesthetics hold up in court. Like, I feel like, though, if you pull all the comments from all these reveals, people are just saying the exact same thing. Like, oh, I thought this was Horizons or whatever. That sort of sells your case for you, where like the general public is agreeing that this
Right.
game has a striking resemblance.
Yeah, which Sony also includes that in their lawsuit. It seemed like the main thing that they're suing for is that the main character that they're showing for their promotional material looks almost exactly like Alloy, the main character of Horizon.
Yeah, they do have slight differences.
They do, for sure. But
Yeah, they do have like the exact same vibe. Like, if they're from the same game, I would not be surprised.
hmm
It is shocking. But if you look at the whole gameplay of this game, it just seems like they're taking a little bit of everything from every game, and they decided just to cover it in a Horizons paint.
Yeah. Sony is part of their like what they're asking for, and if they win, they're asking for statutory damages of up to $150,000 for each separate work in the Horizon franchise that was infringed upon. And then Sony is also asking Tencent to stop anything they're doing with the game, from marketing and promoting it to beta testing it and selling it, with any part that involves something that seems copied from the Horizon franchise. Then they also have to seize over all of their promotional material for destruction to Sony.
Yeah, they don't have a release date for this game yet.
They did not even a release year, right? Like, I don't even think it's coming out this year.
I don't know. The AI overview is saying sometime in 2025, but I don't see anything specifically saying anything about it, so.
I wonder what their Steam page says.
Their Steam page does not have anything listed.
Oh, nothing?
It just says to be announced. Yeah, and I don't see anything on their website. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one. People have their eyes on this because this could have some precedent. I don't know. I'm looking at their website now. They got kind of a cool website. You can like do a few 3D models of the creatures.
Oh, whoa.
And I don't know. It is. I feel like the human characters are giving more Horizons than the robots are.
Oh, you think so? I think that's like the most damning part.
I don't know. Like, I'm gonna send you a screenshot of this. Wait 1 second. It's doing an animation.
I mean, I think obviously the biggest piece of evidence is, or I guess not evidence, but like the fact that they asked Sony if they could take their IP and make a game with it, and Sony said no, and then they kept going with it. I don't know. It's very interesting.
That part is wild.
Very wild.
Okay, look in the Discord. Look at that image.
This is from Light of Motoram?
Yeah, like this does not look like a Horizons vibe at all.
Yeah, but the creatures that Sony shows off in their lawsuit, those ones do look really similar though to ones that already
I don't know, they're just
exist in
robots.
Horizon.
Like, if you look at the ones on the right, those could just be Transformers,
Yeah.
It's just like it's hard. It's hard to prove. Like,
I think with this key art, the promo stuff that they're doing between these two characters, I think they got a crazy suit on their hands. It almost seems like a slam dunk for Sony.
I think the best part of their case is that the general audiences are already saying what Sony is saying.
Yeah, like look at their wolf between the Horizon franchise and Light of Motoram. Like this little
Is
the
the
top
wolf the first
creature.
one?
Yeah, the first one.
It looks like two different creatures completely.
But you can see where they kind of where they
they don't look at all the same.
I disagree. I think it's almost like
the one on the right. I would say almost looks like it stole more from Transformers.
But I think it's less of just like, oh, this looks identical to or they maybe they don't look the same, but someone could see this and then go, oh, like is this another Horizon spinoff? Is there a new Horizon game coming out?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's damning enough to be like, yeah, those robots are too similar. Because there's PALs in Power World that look exactly bar for bar like Pokemon. Like,
that's
just
true.
Carbon copies, and Nintendo did not sue for the design.
They did not. That is true. But now that's what Sony is suing for right now. They're suing for some of this art. Look at that crab one though at the bottom, the fourth one. Those are I don't know. Like they both got that weird like roundness to them, the same kind of claw in each hand or on each
I don't
side.
know. They're just crabs. They're hermit crabs. They got a big old shell and they got claws.
I
And you
think
see like
I
on the
think
Horizon, all the Horizons ones have like these distinct white and yellow elements.
yeah, yeah.
On the Light of Motorem one, they have like tubes and like red flowing stuff.
I think if Sony is confident enough to sue for these designs, I
No, yeah, they definitely.
to me
Someone
it seems
saw this
like
and they're like, "What's going on with this?" And then they pass it to the legal department and they're like, "Oh yeah, we might have something here."
yeah. I think
There's definitely something.
I think they could win on some of that creature design, but it's, this key art though, this key art is crazy.
Yeah, the character definitely does have the same kind of vibe, but I don't know. It's also just like generic tribal kind of look. But I don't know. There's some elements that are like exactly the same, like the hair color, the use
Yeah.
of like the teal. That's just like I don't know. At the same time, that's just like complementary colors. It's tricky.
But they keep showing this girl and almost all this redheaded girl in all their promo material. Like why would they do that unless if they're like, oh, Alloy is a recognizable character. Let's make a character, an anime looking version of Alloy.
Yeah, and it is Tencent, so you can't be like give them the benefit of the doubt.
Also, I want to stick it to the chuds because they're all calling Alloy ugly and they're calling this game better because it apparently has hot women in it.
Yeah, that people who say that kind of stuff are disgusting and weird.
It's super weird.
Very, very not good. Those guys can go back to play Stellar Blade.
Yeah, we don't want them here. Not
Well, would you like to talk
capital
about-
G gamers, by the way.
Well, those guys are capital. That's gamer bold underline gamer. That's gamer as a slur right there. Those are gamers.
the most oppressed group. I see what you're
Well,
saying.
should we
At
get
least
into
that's
what
what
we've
they
been playing
believe.
this week?
That's what they
they
believe.
definitely believe that because they've been fed the woke alloy or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to talk about what you've been playing this week? So we've gotten through all the news.
That is all the news. We have rounded up every bit of news. Yeah, let's get to what we've been playing. I've been playing actually a lot of Monster Hunter. I almost forgot about that. Monster Hunter Wilds released their new like summer event, Flame Fate, and with that they released some new like a ton of new event quests. So I was grinding that out like all through the weekend basically when I got a chance. I mean I wasn't really at my gaming setup that often, so I played when I could, and I spent almost every hour playing Monster Hunter throughout the weekend, and then I played a little bit of Payday 3, and after spending some more time with the game, I think it's in a good state. It's in a state where I would recommend the game to people.
Boo.
No, I think it's really fun. I think for someone who's never played a Payday game, I think I would tell people to start with Payday 3 because of how more open it feels for new players. Because Payday 2 feels extremely confusing. Their new tutorial in Payday 2 makes it so it's a lot better, but I don't know. Payday 3 and Payday 2 feel very distinct from one another, and I don't think you should look at Payday 3 as like an exact predecessor, even though that's kind of what it is. It's got a it's supposed to be a sequel.
That's what 3 means.
Right. But I think it kind of stands on its own as a really solid heisting game with, flashy animations, great graphics, and I feel like it's more stable than Payday 2. My Payday 2 crashes all the time, but now I haven't crashed once playing Payday 3. So
What's the performance like?
oh, it's good. It's really good. I have a 4060, an RTX 4060, and I think I was running the game at I want to say high graphics, but I'll say it was probably medium. But I was getting like 110, 120 FPS the whole time.
And you play Monster Hunter still on Xbox?
Yeah, yeah. And the console experience on Monster Hunter I think is way better than the PC experience. I feel bad for people that don't have, I guess a high-end PC to experience the game at a proper frame rate, and there's constant crashing.
$3,000 PC?
I don't even know if you need that powerful of a PC, but yeah, it sucks because this new event is so fun. Like, it is so enjoyable. They're getting like they have like a ton of new like armor that is mainly used just for like outfits, and people call it fashion hunting, where you just like do these events or hunt these monsters for like specific parts of armor to then like just customize how your hunter looks rather than for like skills and proper builds and stuff. They did release a monster though with like a whole new armor set that kind of was ideally supposed to change the meta a little bit, and I think it kind of is. It was an arch tempered monster, which is like so far the hardest kind of monster you can fight in the game. I was just grinding that like day one. I was grinding fighting that thing for a while, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, they also added a gun lance that is just a giant corn on the cob, and I thought that fit real well in the summer theme. Oh, and when I was running around day one of the summer event, everyone was just half naked because they have like these like diver uniforms, and some of them are like kind of almost swimsuit adjacent, and everyone, man and woman, running around naked, practically naked.
Oh wow! And have you gotten the corn yet?
I have gotten the corn. It's actually a lot of fun. I thought it's actually a decent gun lance because it's not the highest rarity gun lance. It's like a step under the highest rarity, but I think if I remember correctly, it has its own special like skill that no other weapon gets. And it's pretty decent. There are actually some pretty solid builds around it, and I gave it a go, and I had a lot of fun with it.
That's great. I've only played
2 games.
I think I've only played one game. I've only played Minecraft in my free time.
I guess I can also throw Minecraft in there, but definitely not as much as you.
Yeah, I can't think if I've played any other game besides Minecraft, and when I didn't want to play Minecraft, I just played Session. But yeah, Minecraft has been good. Our friend group, we all have been playing Minecraft the last couple weeks. I rented us a server, and now that we all have PCs, we're playing All the Mods 10 mod pack, which is just like a kitchen sink mod pack that's like every mod. And I've been having a lot of fun playing that, messing around. You got so much random stuff to do, unlimited. It's basically like, it can extend your 2-week Minecraft phase out because there's all this extra shit that you can play with. It's
definitely the most fun I've had with Minecraft, like ever. Other than building creative stuff with my girlfriend, because that's always really fun.
Boring.
As well. Okay.
But yeah, it's good. It's a good time. I've been addicted to it. I can only play it, a few days, so I've just been hooked. Last night I didn't go to bed till like 11 because I was like, I gotta finish this thing. I gotta finish this thing. And we're building like a Fallout bunker, and I made a cool door that like slides open and spins.
It's fire. I didn't know you could even do something like that in the game.
Yeah, I was using a mod called Create, which is really cool. It lets you like move things around. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Too much fun, frankly. I'm addicted. It's like crack cocaine. I get done playing it, and I just lay in my bed thinking, I want to play Minecraft.
I know some of this was probably you being idle, but I loved logging into Discord and then seeing, Jay, All the Mods 10, time elapsed 6 hours.
Yeah, on the weekends I do probably play for like, 8 hours a day, like I'm clocking in.
Mm-hmm.
But you just have to keep the launcher open because it takes so long to launch. I just keep it open.
Oh my god, it takes like at least 10 minutes to open. It's a fucking event just to open the goddamn app. Yeah,
and I was testing something on creative mode so I could like figure out how I wanted to make that door. Then jumping in between, I just had to like take a bunch of screenshots because the time it took to jump in between the server and the single player world was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then some other thing I want to talk about at the end of the show is that my game of the year, it's been reviewed and it came out today. Tales of the Shire, the Lord of the Rings game.
Oh, you did want to talk about this?
We got some review. I just thought I'd mention this at the end.
Sure.
The reviews came in earlier this week. Let me tell you, not good.
Not good, unfortunately.
Not good at all. The numbers we're looking at on Metacritic, a 61 on average. Now, that is only out of 19 critics, but I think that's everyone who's going to review it.
Right. I don't think we're getting any more reviews. I think once a day one reviews hit, I think everyone's already done.
Yeah. So that's interesting. It seems like most people are like, the game runs bad. There's not enough content. It's boring. IGN said some like crazy stuff about it. They're like, it was like the worst game I've ever played. It's like the way they wrote about it was so dramatic.
The reviewer said that after playing the game, they felt like a shadow of their former selves, which is so dramatic.
Here's a good quote from their little review on their little summary on Metacritic. With life sim mechanics that are as shallow as they come, terrible technical performance, and almost nothing original to say, Tales of the Shire disappoints in every step of the way.
And they gave it a 4, right? A 4 out of 10?
Yeah.
and that's brutal for IGN. Like catastrophic if you get below a 6.
Yeah. And I just looked at the clock and I was like, oh, wow. It actually came out today. I forgot it comes out today. So I opened up on Steam. It's got mixed reviews on Steam, which is better than I expected.
Yeah. Well, you said the overall critic review was about a 60, right?
Is 450.
Oh, another thing
61,
I found...
61.
61, okay. Another thing I found really funny about the game was that, early reports were that the game could run on a potato. Like, it was extremely easy to run.
Yeah, it's because they got their minimum spec on the GTX 770.
Yeah. And then I think I recall seeing a PC Gamer article where they said that the game was having some performance issues. And then in that same IGN article reviewing the game, they said that the game ran so abysmally on even like a high-end PC. Like the person reviewing it said they had a high-end PC and it was just like constant frame rate issues, constant pop-in, lots of crashing. I couldn't believe it, especially with how like non-taxing of a game that it is.
Yeah, I'm seeing people mention that it there's performance issues, but there's also some other reviews that are saying it runs good on Steam Deck, so some mixed stuff going on.
Oh, and it is out on Switch, and people said the Switch version I heard was also, it ran extremely poorly.
Yeah, I wish I could get it on Switch 2, but there's not a Switch 2 version, and if it runs poorly on Switch 1, I don't really want to have to, I don't want to play that on Switch 2. Even though it probably run a little better, the resolution would still be bad. I don't need all that.
Yeah. I'm not much of a cozy gamer, but I enjoy Lord of the Rings and I enjoy cooking, which this game was really hyping up its cooking mechanics, and that's what I was mainly excited for. And that's what people say the highlight is, but is everything else worth dealing with just to be able to have like a quirky little cooking mini game,
Yeah, I find it hard to even take any of these Steam reviews seriously because like how can you give a recommended if you've played for an hour?
I always find that extremely weird, where it's always like someone, 0.6 hours on record, recommended game, or like 0.3 hours in the game, not recommended. It's like, what? I think you at least, I don't know, but I know people probably want to return it so they can get their money back at least.
Yeah, I don't know. This one has, some people have like 8 hours in the game already, which seems crazy. I don't know how you do that. The game just came out today, but could you imagine telling your boss, yeah, I'm going to take a day off work so I can play Tales of the Shire?
Listen, boss, you don't understand. I gotta play this.
I do see one positive review that seems nice. This is from Alice Can't Play, reviewed on Steam, says they recommend it, and they say you can skip instead of running.
Oh, that's cute.
That's enough to get the game. So that's nice. A little cute little skipping. I did like the graphics. I thought it had that wholesome, cute vibe.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to play it. It's on sale. They're doing this thing where, some games release on sale, so you like feel like, well, I gotta get it right away.
Yeah.
It's 10% off.
I feel like I first started seeing that in like the VR storefronts where they were like pre-order the game for 15% off. And then I'm now seeing that like all over Steam where it's like we're doing a pre-order discount and then we're doing a launch discount. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I do think it does get me more tempted when I see that because I'm always waiting for a discount. So if there's a discount day one, I'm like, well, maybe now's my chance to get it because it's early enough,
But you gotta wait for that Steam sale. Just gotta wait for that Steam sale.
Yeah, that game's definitely going to go on sale, so I don't know.
I mean, hopefully it's just one of those cases where the game can be improved over time. Like I know I don't want to set the precedent that games come out in an unfinished state and then they get better over time. But I'm also like I'm always in love with like an underdog story of like developers clearly caring about a game and in wanting to make it better, like wanting to right the wrongs. Because I know we've kind of been dogging on it a little bit here, but I want it to do well. Like I don't want to see games perform.
No, the reason I bring it up all the time is because I am genuinely interested in playing it.
Yeah.
Even though I've never seen any Tolkien anything. I've only played Shadow of Mordor. That's my only experience.
Really? That's a great game. That's a great game.
And there's one last thing I want to talk about right before we close it. Beep boop 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 beep beep boop 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 boop. Breaking news is coming into my earpiece right now.
Whoa.
The Mario Kart World has had an update come out and the patch notes are out.
Oh, happened just now? The patch notes went live just now?
Yes. And they got the one we're looking for. If you look in the patch notes under general last bullet point, it says increase the frequency of lap-type courses appearing in the selection when choosing the next course in versus and wireless races.
Oh, there we go. They fixed the multiplayer.
So, maybe. That wording is horrible. Increase the frequency of lap-type courses appearing in the selection for wireless races. Who even knows if that's it? But maybe I'll have to do some investigative journalism this week and get the news to you next week. But it seems as though they may have fixed the online matchmaking so you can actually, play the real laps more than the intermittent fake laps that no one wants to play. The straight line simulator.
Well, here's hoping so.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. That was your breaking news.
Thanks for the report, Jay. Now back to the weather.
30 minutes ago. The weather, let me check the weather.
Well, it's thunderstorming now. At least it was.
It seems like we're getting storms all week. But that has been your week. That's been this week in games. Your summary right here. Capital G Podcast. If you liked it and you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more of us. And if you liked it on audio platforms, give us a 5-star ranking. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next week with next week's news.
Mwah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.